At the time of recording it is 5/22, June 17th, and it is still Pride Month. Now, will I get all of these books done before, like, Pride ends? Probably not. So they may have to continue into July, which personally for me, that's fine because, like, learning about and reading LGBTQ plus material should be like an everyday occurrence for the people that want to do that. If that's not your cup of tea, then I don't really recommend it for you because why would you enjoy something that you're not really invested in? Anyway, let's get into some of these books. First up, this will be the pile of new books that I'm trying to read. So first we have Toroton, Birds of a Feather, Volume 1. This looks really good. Then we have Scarlet, number 1. If you know me, I'm a big fan of the Little Red Riding Hood, like anything, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Also, it's Sapphic, which I definitely need to read more Sapphic books. Then we have The God and the Flightless Messenger. This also looks really good. And then we have Crossplay Love, Volume 2. I'm super excited to read this. I'm happy I picked it up. And then we're getting into our more like novel-esque books. We have Beautiful Music for Ugly Children. This is a trans story, which I am trying to read more trans and etc. type books. Then we have First Team. This is about my boy Anol. About time he got like a starring role. Oh, Graham Mulligan is there too. And I think this is Karma. I could be wrong. Then we have The Taking of Jake Livingston. This looks really good. Now, horror is not my main go-to, but this definitely should be interesting. Then we have The House on the Cerulean Sea. I know this book has like some controversy behind it because TJ Klum used apparently like a real house that is sacred or something. I don't really know all the specifics behind it, but I mean the book didn't do anything wrong, so I'm not going to penalize it. But I am super excited because I love stories not only in LGBTQ plus IA story, but it's also a story of an orphanage with children with like special powers, which yes. And then we have Small Town Pride. This is a middle grade read. I'm super excited to get into this. Alright, now we move on to books that I have read that I recommend if you're up for it. First up, the only like novel chapter book that I have on this list is Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda. This is what Love, Simon was based off of. This book is by Becky Albertalli. What can I not say about this book? It's so good. I highly recommend it if you like books about gay characters messaging other quote-unquote gay characters. Also, like, if you are a fan of like blackmail and how like a person deals with that, then I do highly recommend this book. Also, if you're a fan of Oreos, first, can we be friends? And second, I highly recommend this book. Yeah, it's really good. Alright, next we have This Is for the Adults in the Room, Lesson Learned. Basically, smut. It's basically smut. but it's a comic and it's gay, so yeah. Next, we have Princess Ever After. This book is adorable. Now, it did take me some getting used to the art style because it has that very, kind of. See, I don't want to say like Cal X type art style, but it's that very, like, everything looks like dough almost type art style. But after I got past that, the book was really sweet and I did enjoy it. And Kay O'Neill like kills it with story. I do recommend this. Then we have Crossplay Love Otaku X Punk #1. Story and art done by Toph. It was cute for a first volume. It was very like fluffy, which that's always fun to see in like your BL. Then we're getting into the furries. Well, yeah. The Wiz Beasts of the Wizarding Wisdoms by Nagabi. Love it. This is a BL and it takes place at an all boys boarding school with different like anthropomorphic animals, and each story is like basically the book is an anthology. I do recommend it. Like, even if you can if you're not a big fan of like anthropomorphic animals, I highly recommend you give this one a read because you never know what you're gonna get out of something that you may have not liked at first. And then you actually picked it up and you got something enjoyable out of it. I do recommend it. Look at the bats. They are adorable. Their story can get interesting at times, but it's still very a fun read. I do highly recommend it. Next up, we have Go For It, Nakamura, and then we also have its sequel series. Here's a better one. Go For It Again, Nakamura. This is about this boy who looks like a gay disaster and is a gay disaster, but in the book he scares people because he looks like a delinquent, but he is in love with him, and it's just like it's very 90s. Let me put it that way. I do really recommend it. If you haven't read it, it's super cute and like it's fluff, very 90s. Like, whew, but that should be a compliment and not like a disservice. Because a lot of 90s like manga is really good, some problematic, but a majority of it is really good, and I do recommend it. Alright, and the last one up is Monotone Blue. So basically, Hachi here finds everything in like his school and life monotone and kind of just boring. That is until he meets a Al. I think it's Al or Oi, maybe Oi. Woo. I do recommend this book because it's super cute. It's another anthropomorphic animal furry books that is a BL, and I love like when BL is not just stuck in like with human characters, when they're actually allowed to branch out and go beyond like just human characters, because I feel like it puts up and sets up like very interesting concepts aside from them just being like two Japanese guys. I do highly recommend this if you do want to pick it up. It's by Seven Seas, which love them. Super excited for like more of their books that they put out. Yeah, but thanks for coming, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye. And before I actually leave, it wouldn't be Pride Month if I did not talk about or show like Anal in something. Look at him! I absolutely love this cover. I've been wanting this cover ever since like I saw it, and I could never find it anywhere until I did find it, and like it was worth every penny. Look at him, he just looks so happy, even though he got in a fight. Look at Professor Cyclops and Emma looking out that door. Keep your mouth shut. Look at my boy, though. He looks so happy. We'd love to see it. But, I mean, yeah. Bye.